Yeah, the live on YouTube is loading. Okay. Hello, persons from YouTube. I'm here with Luana, Yasmin, Flava, and Rosalia to talking about technology addiction. So we are already presented yourself. Okay. Go to the questions. I only open here. Okay. Question number one. What signs or behaviors do you associate with technology addiction? Yasmin.
Um, I think stay more time with smartphones and forgot to live your own life. Like I I see there are a lot of person keeping a lot of time with social media and having um, a big oh, how can I say preocupação in English?
Worries?
Yeah, thank you. A lot of worries to be always posting and see news and seeing the things that other people are doing. So I think technology caused this kind of addiction in people and um, reduce a lot of conversations between people in person and reduce to live uh, our own life too because um, the worries with the real life was substitute to keep a lot of time in social media. So I see there are a lot of addiction with technology.
Me either. You said about the news. I see nowadays the persons are too addicted to fast news on social media. Like, I don't know if you had Twitter or the X. Uh, and anyway, I had the Twitter, and sometimes I scroll Twitter and I feel like, gosh, this new even exists. It's a fake news, but everyone only read this part and had a lot of opinions. Like, don't make sense because nowadays we had technology to feel more near to news, to real news. So yeah, the addiction of internet and technology in general is something we can avoid nowadays. And the past is like, okay, I get out of internet. You close your cell phone and oh, that's all. But nowadays it's really impossible to close the internet, I guess.
Yeah.
And about what do you want to say something?
No, no.
Okay, thank you, Yasmin. And about you, Flavia?
Well, I believe nothing too, associated
Flavia,
with
your
technology.
microphone is it's
Yeah,
not so yeah.
it's
Try
better
again.
now.
It's better.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Yasmin. I think technology additions is one of the major problems now because I think the majority of teenager, mainly teenager, addicted of technology, and they prefer to stay at home on cell phone than get out with uh, friends, for example. They have a lot of friends on online friends than real friends like at school. I think when when the people stay a lot of time, they like 8 hours per day in cell phone or computer, I think it is one of signs that they are addiction. But I don't know because I not search, I don't search about it. But I think when you wake up and take your cell phone and pass a lot of time, I think it's the one of sign that you are addicted. I need to I need to, how can I say, to pay attention in my behavior too, because I wake up and I pick my cell phone and I see some WhatsApp message about after this, Instagram and Facebook. Oh my God, I I need to pay attention in my behavior because sometimes I think, oh my God, I don't want to be addicted in technology. Oh, but I think it's one of the problems that we have in all of world. Yeah,
That's real.
yeah.
That's real. There are a lot of persons who wake up and pick up the cell phone and had a lot of who go to bathroom, who take shower, oh at the
Yeah.
cell phone. It's a little bit strange, but I know some persons who do that. It's like every hour, every day, per minute, use the cell phone. It's really weird because when I stay a long time with the cell phone in my face, I feel headache. I feel like, I need to stop. It's like the computer. I'm here every week. Some weeks no, but every week at 8 a.m. And sometimes I feel like, gosh, I don't participate of other immersions uh, after my immersions because I feel like, oh, the computer, it hurt my eyes. It's really, really strange, I think. I have a friend who I'm accustomed with this friend, but anyway, the his behavior is every day like, and he works with technology. So it's like he work with technology, he live for technology. He always had the something new about technology. So it's really, really strange in my mind. But anyway, yeah, I have the possibility to close my cell phone and forgot, because it's hurt sometimes. You see something, you feel like, no, gosh. I don't want to stay in the internet anymore. Have a lot of different and strange things. How about you, Rosalia?
Oh, there are many signs are about the addiction. But like you all said, when the person spend a long time with cell phone, I think it's become addicted, especially young people, because they don't want to go out to play, don't want to do nothing. We don't only in cell phone. Then I think it starts to become addiction. The parents, the family need to pay attention with that, with this behavior, because I have a niece. She's so addicted all the time. We say said for her, go out, trying to do another thing, because you are all the time at the room in the computer. You need to do other things. But she said, oh my gosh, is everything boring? I'm a search, I'm a student, but it's not true. It's not true. You don't want to talk with the family, you don't want to do nothing. Then you need to start do another thing, because when your family was in the beach, your parents we don't pay internet there, because that to for her to stay more time without social media. But it's the moment so hard for them, because yeah, all the time are complaining about it. I think it's the one that sign, yeah, addiction. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Was a teenager or a kid?
Teenager,
Teenager.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Teenager all the time is complicated.
complicated.
Uh, but if involved the internet is more. But I had a teenager in my family too. And like it's my cousin. And like my cousin don't have patience to see a movie. And I feel like, why? Because he screw every day on TikTok. So it's small videos with a big information, and the brain feels okay with that. But the movie, you need to pay attention. You need to stay in the moment. So it's complicated for me because it's a younger teenager. It's like 12 years old. So 12 years old, you need to play gincanas in general, in my mind. But anyway, my cousins like that don't have patience to talk, to have long conversations, and to pay attention more than 3 minutes in something. And I feel like what I'm doing. But anyway, it's complicated, but I don't know how to do because every day for these teenagers is technology. And how about you, Luana?
This topic is very interesting, but it's very hard. For example, I work international law with international law, and I need to be all connected all day long. For example, now I receive document. I know I should put my phone airplane mode, but it's my working time as well, study and working time. And sometimes my mind become like shocked. My brain is think very fast. It's the consequence of too much internet. And I nowadays we have to be good professions and good blogger and good YouTuber, everything. I have to produce content for my Instagram, for my TikTok now, and it's very hard. It's like I don't want to be on internet all day long, but I have to. It's very difficult. But now I'm trying to don't turn my phone on when I wake up. If only when I have my breakfast, after I have my breakfast, and when I go to the gym, I can do that. But it's hard someday. For example, today I lost to insomnia, and at 3 a.m. I turn my phone on. Does it make sense? But this year I am trying to be 100% present at the moment. For example, tomorrow I will turn on my phone to at the immersion moment. But it make me frustrated a lot.
Yeah, we are addicted.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately, it's not a drug, but but for your brain, for the brain, it's like a drug. Uh,
Yes.
we had the necessity to
Yeah.
pick up
And
the cell phone.
uh, there are, if I am not wrong, so research that mobile phone use become child with a disease. I don't know if disease, but autism. If they start using very early, like almost babies, as we saw all the time, it can make the child autista. Yeah.
Gosh, I never seen this search. I will follow that. I have a nephew who is autist. My nephew's born with a deficiency of oxygen. The brain don't have oxygen enough. So it's really weird because I have other cousins who like babies in the baby city, and take the phone. And I feel like, gosh, you have 3 years old. Like, eat, sit, come terra, something normal. It's really complicated. But I know sometimes like, if you had a children and you use the cell phone, the children feel curious about that. So and we don't know how to do anymore. And I can't judge the parents, because I don't have children. I don't know how to do with a
I
small
feel
one children.
I, I feel like another word, internet's another word, and if I have to check all the time what is happen in another word.
Yeah.
Uh, Last
Complicated.
year, I all the time I feel I would like to open my Instagram. I take a book and read one page. It was so good this experience, and I have to do again.
Yeah, it's really good to do a detox,
Yeah,
all the social medias. But it's complicated sometimes. It's really complicated because you need to pass your time and you even remember about other things. You think like, oh, I have 1 hour of lunch, for example. Oh, okay. I spent 20 minutes here on Instagram. You don't do nothing, but you want to spend. It's
yeah.
really complicated. Anyway, I skipped some questions. Okay. I think question number 3 is good. Do you think technology addiction is more prevalent among certain age groups or demographics? Flavia, start first.
Um, I think is more prevalent among teenager and young people. Like they are more dependent on the technology. And although you said something about the people that work with technology, I think is difficult for them to separate this kind of thing or with the others, it's part of their life. Like if the technology is part of their life, it's difficult to separate this. Like, I need to spend time like 6 hours, just 6 hours in technology, and but I think addiction in teenager and young people is more frequently uh, 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 is more yeah. But demography, I think I don't know. I think in Asia, I see a lot of people I think in Asia is, but I don't know. I don't search about it, but it's curious. It's curious because I think in Asia and when the first war, né? I think the primeiro mundo is more, they have a lot of, they have more, how can I say, eles têm mais, eles têm mais acesso, né? They have more access in a technology. And the terceiro mundo, the third world is not. They are not. They don't have access on technology. I think it's something like this, Gabriel. But I didn't search about it, but it's curious.
No, I understand. Like, I agree with you. I don't know about demographics too. I see about something like the teenagers of United States use more technology on schools and bus, and because of that, have a lot of traffic addictions, like have a lot of accidents on traffic. And I feel like, gosh, it's unbelievable, right? But had a lot because in United States, teenagers can drive. I forgot the exact age, but had this problem nowadays in some locals on United States. The persons drive and use the cell phone, so have a lot of accidents in the road. So I feel when I see it, I feel like, gosh, it's like unbelievable, right? But of course, it's not a certainly group who do that. Of course, have other groups who do the same. Here in Brazil, I see a lot. But it's strange. Like demographic things. Sometimes we see a lot of the person. Like here in Brazil, we had a big population who is poor, for example. And in this big population, sometimes the person don't spend a long time in the cell phone because don't have time. Because don't have time. Need to take the conduction, like the bus, the Uber, taxi, or whatever, and spend the time in the bus. And so it's a lot of things, it's a deep thing because sometimes we, in the poor population of Brazil, even had the cell phone. So it's a demographic thing, I guess. But the addiction certainly is the teenagers. Oh, the teenagers, always. When I was a teenager, I was complicated too. But nowadays with technology, it's more, in my mind, it's more dangerous. Because when I was a teenager, exists, of course, technology, but it's not everyone who had a cell phone. For example, we had a cell phone who had like a joguinho, is bowl, and at my time, is a play, and WhatsApp. Only that. And Instagram, the persons don't use it at all. Use it more the Facebook. So, it's complicated when I see the technology in the hands of the person was so mean. Because teenagers are not mean, but the adults who use that to have that access to teenagers is really mean. So I feel really, you know, it's dangerous sometimes. It's really dangerous.
Okay, Gabi, sorry.
Yes,
I need
go
to
ahead.
leave. I need to leave because I need to save some problem in my home. I need to
Oh,
leave. Sorry.
no problem. No
Bye
problem.
bye. Thank
Bye
you
Thank
bye,
so
you.
Fábio.
much. Bye
Have a nice
bye.
day.
You
So,
too.
Luana, no, don't say sorry. And you, Luana.
Uh, I'm pretty sure that teenager group are more addicted of use internet because I have a teenager in my house. She's 16 and it's a big problem for me because I'd like that she read books and go to do some exercise, but it's hard. As I said, I hope that I survive this season of her life. Um, Uh, and about the demographics areas, yeah, the areas that it's more rich than another, like Gabriela said. But it's interesting because even homeless nowadays has social medias, and there is a couple and they become very famous. They was in Brazil now. They was homeless, and a lot of people follow them, and now they rent a house. And but that's why I don't know. I think everyone has access. Every place has Wi-Fi. I don't know. I think the world is lost.
I know
Uh,
about this
yeah,
couple.
I think that's casal malo.
The Casal Maloco or something like that. I
Yeah.
see who buy a house, who buy no, who receive a house, and now they both had jobs and stop with the drugs and all the things. So I think it's a cool thing, you know.
Yes,
But
I really, I sometimes I think what the road will become in some years. I don't know. When I received the relatory of my phone about the screen time, sometimes I got crazy, but I work with my phone as well. I think was not in social media or something like that. It's seeing clients' documents. But this year, I hope I can change the a lot of habits.
it's complicated to change this kind of habit because you used to work, right? So it's
Yes,
unbelievable, but
but
we spend.
I would like to establecer.
Oh, mhm,
Establish, for example, a time to answer my clients at WhatsApp time, or
Okay.
see the Instagram message. But when I post a video, all the
Mm,
time I go, how many people saw this video? It's stupid. Attitude.
anxious.
Yeah.
It's some causes of the internet addictions. The doctor said, the anxious. Some persons feel depression if they spend long time away from internet.
Yeah.
It's complicated, right? But I guess it's not only the teenagers. I guess some adults stay only on internet. I see on Japan, for example, the population had the problem of the persons don't want to get childrens. So the population of Japan is more older than younger. So it's a problem. It's the similar than Brazil this year in some years too. So in Japan had this problem and the persons start to marriage with AI.
Huh? Sorry?
As pessoas estão casando com inteligências artificiais no Japão. Yeah,
Uh-huh. The
because
world
I'm afraid.
is ending. The world is ending.
No, but it's a demographic thing and it's a cultural thing. The Japanese always more closer than others. So, don't have this kind of here in Brazil, for example. Oh, go a date, talk with a person. In Japan, it's more complicated because I have all the culture. Yeah, I'm sorry. Because I
Yes.
have all the culture, thank you. I have all the culture involved with romance during the years, the millenniums. And it's weird for us, but it's technology. Yeah, gosh, the flu. It's hard for me. I'm sorry, girls. But it's strange. I know it's strange, but technology, Don't make any sense, but It's something I see on the internet and I feel like, no, no way. And how about you, Yasmin?
Um, I think there are some groups that are more prevalent with addiction, technology addiction, like teenagers and children, mainly because they just grow up with access to technology and smartphones too. I think younger people than I, because when I grew up, I just have access in my childhood to smartphones with buttons that haven't internet, just snake games. So I think uh, the group there more access internet nowadays, there are more addiction are the younger people than I, but I think there are other demographic things too, like there not all people have access to digital inclusion, like not all have internet or have access to smartphones. Um, so I think in the poor countries or poor states, there are less less people with this kind of access. So I think totally addiction technology is involved with age and with demographic things too.
Yeah, you can hear me, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, my dog screamed. Uh, but I agree with you, Yasmin. Like it's complicated to do a gap in the generations. Had the gap generations, of course, like we all here probably is in a different generation. I born in 2000, so I born in the beginning of the technology. So I grew up without technology because of my demographic area.
yeah,
So my family is a poor family, don't have a lot of technology, internet. We go to LAN house to do the things of school, so it's complicated. But I agree with
yeah.
Yasmin. It's
And I
complicated.
think in nowadays, I notice there is a bigger gap between generations.
Yeah,
Like people younger, only 1 year um, than me, just grow up with total access to cell phones and technology, and children that new generation, all of them have TikTok and do TikTok dances. So I born at 25 2005. So we are just 5 years. We just have 5 years difference. And I see my childhood is totally different to yours. And I think nowadays the gap between ages is bigger than in the past. Like older people compared had less difference, talking more about growing things and childhood things and this kind of thing. No,
yeah, I understand. Like I guess we had a fight of some generations too, who is had more blame of something, who had less blame of something. It's like the X generation have a fight with the W generation. It's millennium. Yeah, it's complicated because we always want to have blame of something. Only need to exist someone who is the blame of something. Like me and my mom, of course, it was in a had this gap generation in my family, and sometimes I'm laughing. I like it's a joke, of course, but my mom feel really mad, a little bit angry with me. But my mom, I always said to my mom, like, oh, your generation do everything with the planet, and my generation try to fix this kind of thing with the nature. And my mom, like, okay, but your generation do everything with technology, and my generation don't understand anything. It's something happens, but anyone's blame. It's the generations. So we live with we had my mom born in 80th century. So in the 80th century, the things not so well. The persons are not so normal, be really honest. Because in the 80s had a lot of things. We have wars like we had today. So past a lot of things. Have the problems with the drugs, the problems with the some disease who nowadays we don't have. So it's a different one. But I understand, have some persons who only had someone to uma pessoa para pagar de Cristo. It's that. And Rosalia, how about you?
Oh my gosh, there are some things. I don't know how to what add more here, but I'm not sure. But I think the people it's more prevalent. The addiction it's teenager and the children, like you all said. But I think in the old people too, it's becoming to start to addict to because I saw the example with my stepfather because he's 79 years old and he all the time in the cell phone. You can go in your house and he are sitting in the sofa and scroll go all the time in the cell phone. But and then my mom have more other responsibility than she isn't. But I don't know. I think it's because of more or less responsibility because the women at the home, it's culture, have more responsibility to take care about the home, about everything. And the men are all the time without responsibility of the home, do one or another thing, then think it's enough, then stay a long time with cell phone. It's become addicted because don't talk, don't do nothing, only stay there with cell phone, search something. Then I think it's not only young people, but it's becoming in the older people too. You need to pay attention with that too.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said everything.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
think
how.
because responsibility, because they only
Mm.
go to the gym, for example, once or twice a week. Then in this day, it's okay. They go left the smartphone at home. Then when go, oh my gosh, and when to see everything better,
Yeah,
less
yeah,
responsibility.
that's it. It's complicated because the woman's always had the like different behavior, like men's. Men's don't like, okay, I do right now. I feel 5 hours of my day on WhatsApp because okay, I don't have other things to do. I agree with that. It's really weird, but even nowadays exists that. It's really, really complicated. I feel really mad because I have friends who is married and the husband play video games all the time and don't give it a matter if the house is clean, they have food for the kids. So, I gosh, I of technology in women's are more harder sometimes because social medias is a really bit mean with women sometimes. Like have a lot of um, when you see a person who had a perfect body, dysmorphia, and this kind of thing. I guess in women's are more harder, this kind of thing. So anyway, guys, come. Elias, I think Katiana sent me a message. It's not anymore here, and the other persons too. So, Elias, how was the conversation for you in your room?
The conversation was very great. We talk a lot uh, about this addiction. We talk is about the responsibility of the parents to control the kids. Um, and yes, it was very nice the conversation.
And you answer all the questions or had someone who want to answer?
We answered the until the question number 7.
7, okay. So I ask for you the question number 8, okay?
Okay.
Question number 1, do you think technology companies have a responsibility to address and mitigate technology addiction?
No, I don't think. I don't think because when we said technology companies, for example, I work uh, my last company was a technology company. That company creates software to use for in any cases in supermarkets, in industries. I don't think this kind of technology has the responsibility or mitigates the addiction. I think the responsibility is the parents, mainly the parents. Because, for example, uh, I, we use cell phone every day, but if we don't control the use, uh, it's not good for us. It's bad, very bad. I don't think the companies, any company, will help me to avoid the use of cell phone.
Yeah, do you have a point? That's it. Yeah. I think the same, like don't make sense who put this blame in the industry. But the industry didn't help too. So yeah, it's complicated to have only one thing. It's a blame of all the internet addiction. But I understand your point, Elias. And thank you, Elias. And girls, do you like the immersion? Yasmin, how you feel about this immersion?
There was a good conversation. Always here in Talk and Talk, the conversations always be nice. So the topic it was a good topic. Was a topic that make us talk more to our own behaviors too, and the impact of technology. So that was a good conversation. I liked it a lot.
Thank you. And Luana, how about you?
Really enjoyed this conversation. There is a topic that I am thinking every day about how I can work with internet and don't be uh, addicted. It's very hard to separate both things, but I will put my plans in action and I will change this scenario.
You do a to-do list for 2024.
Yes, yes. It's
It's a good
I forgot the name. É ser,
New
não ser
Year
usuário.
resolution.
Don't to be users.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is a New Year resolution.
Yes.
I forgot.
Share contents, but don't be user of contents
Oh,
of
yeah.
another people. It's
Don't be a
hard.
dick. It's hard. I know it's hard. Every year I put this topic in my in my end list, but one year I get it.
Me too.
I hope. But thank you, Luana. And about you, Rosalia?
Yeah, I really appreciated the topic because put us to thinking more about our own behavior, about the cell phone, about technology. Even though you need to use all the time technology to do everything, especially when you want to study, you want to search something, you are all the time on technology. But you need to think more about it. It's not usually, but you need to think more, yeah, to become addicted.
It's complicated. Oh gosh. I even remember about this topic because I always do the topic of the month. So I have the mood of the first day of the week. And in the end of the week, I feel like I did this topic. Don't man. Oh, but anyway. So guys, I sent on the chat. Thank you, Rosalia. And I sent on the chat, guys, the link for the feedback. Okay. If you had any other question you want to talk in this blank space, is the time to talk. Okay. And yeah, I think is over this conversation. I hope you all like it. And thank you for persons from YouTube who watched us. And guys, if you don't know and if you want to learn another language, you had here in the platform the French, Spanish, Italian, and of course the English. So yeah, the persons on YouTube, come on and get on immersion with me or with Rosalia or other hosters here, okay? So thank you guys for this time, and I hope to see you all in the next week. Bye bye.